Good morning, happy Monday. So today we will be reading about a story called Outside My Window. It's going to be on pages 78 and 81. We will be able to compare and contrast two similar items that are also different within our story. So we're keeping our skill comparing and contrasting, and we're going to add on to it. So look at your window, and what do you see? So I want you to look at your window, or open the door very carefully with your parents' permission, and I want you to see, what do you see? Can you see any trees? And you're going to say, I see what? What do you see? So what is it called when you find what is the same and what is different? What is that called? Both of these words start with C's, and it's our skill that we're learning. It's comparing and contrasting. So, speaking of which, here we're going to compare and contrast a young tree versus a very old tree. So, I want us to look at our old tree right here. What do you see in our old tree? I want you to say what you see. Look at the branches, look at the size, look at the colors. What do you see? I see what? Good. Now, looking at our young tree, it's so cute. What do you notice from our young tree? What do you see? I see what? Very good. Now, what makes them different? What makes them different? The old tree has blank and the new tree is blank, and the young tree looks this way and the old tree is that way. What do you see that is different? So if you said that the trunk size over here, that this old tree is huge, it's big, the branches are big, the leaves are big, the color, it's a little bit more aged with the darker brown and the green. Over here you can say this is a skinny little tree and it's just freshly planted. This is not, this has some big roots. This doesn't have roots yet, and we have little leaves and hardly any branches. This has lots of branches. So you could have said any of those to compare and contrast those trees. Okay, so now we're going to turn on page 78 in our Sunflower reading books. So 78 says, outside my window, how are the trees different? So when I look out my window, this is what I see. An apple tree that's small and young, and a big red maple tree. So already it's telling the two things we're going to compare and contrast. So that's going to be our apple tree that's small and young, and a big red maple tree. So these two trees are the ones that we're going to be comparing, contrasting, and reading about. So I'm super excited. Who is excited?